Hi folks, I was prompted to post this video initially after watching a heartfelt message by Jeff, my Aussie mate, known by many of you on YouTube as Gigolo8. He, like me, transported people by ambulance to hospital for kidney dialysis on a regular basis. I also once rode as an escort on what's known as a Mercy Dash when we had to deliver a live organ to a hospital for a life-saving operation. It certainly brings it home to you first hand just how many people are suffering for the want of these organs. In the UK recently, on a daytime show called The Right Stuff, it was revealed that in a recent survey almost 90% of people in this country do not have a problem with organ donation. Unfortunately, only 24% of the population is actually registered for organ donation. Until someone in power down the line changes the situation, we still, like the US, have an opt-in system of organ donation. It would make more sense to have an opt-out situation whereby anybody with strong objections to donating their organs was allowed to, and everyone else was automatically on the availability list. In the meantime, people are dying every day on waiting lists for those ever elusive organs which are in such short supply. In the US, an average of 17 people die each day while waiting for organs. As of the 6th of July 2007, there were 96,921 Americans on a waiting list. In the UK, more than 9,000 people need an organ transplant to save or dramatically improve their lives, but the shortage of donors means that just 3,000 transplants are performed each year. More than 400 patients die each year while waiting. Worldwide, the waiting lists are long and the death toll gets higher and higher each year. Aside from patients needing a kidney, who can stay alive on dialysis for years while waiting, patients in need of organs such as hearts, lungs, livers and intestines have no real long-term artificial means to stay alive. The need is greater than the rate of organ donation. The deaths are higher than the supply of usable organs. If you ever wondered just how useful an organ donor could be, remember that for every donor, a possible 8 lives could be saved and up to 50 people's lives enhanced. From October the 1st, over the next 5 months, 11.6 million homes, about half of the UK population, will receive a leaflet from UK Transplant containing facts about organ donation and transplantation, and there'll be inside that a simple free post form to join the organ donation register. It's hoped that the direct appeal will encourage many more people to register to become organ donors when their time's up, and to tell their families. Joining the campaign is 14-year-old Patrick Hayes, who underwent a double lung transplant at London's Great Ormond Street Hospital in March. His father said, "The change in him since his transplant is incredible. He's back at school full-time, has taken up cycling and running, and on holiday in Ireland in the summer he was running up and down steps in all the castles that we visited. He was only on the transplant list for 3 weeks before we got the call, but in that time he had deteriorated so fast he couldn't even bend down to tie up his shoelaces, and he was on 100% oxygen. We're so grateful to the anonymous donor and their family, as without them I don't think Patrick would be here today." If you'd like to help someone live when your time's up, you can call the UK Organ Donor Line on 0845 60 60 400, or join the NHS Organ Donor Register at www.uktransplant.org.uk by simply filling in a form online. In America, go to www.organdonor.gov and find information on how to register to be a donor in your state. You can also designate your decision on your driver's licence, or you can download a page of 8 donor cards and have one mailed to you if you want. Other countries such as Australia, which has the lowest rate of organ donation in the Western world incidentally, are now considering a change in the law so that if a person registers their wish to donate through the organ donor register, it's legally valid. If you are down under, You can also register online at www.medicareaustralia.gov.au. I've posted the links on the left here. You just never know when the next vital transplant may be one of your own family. Do it now, register and forget about it, but feel assured that you may one day save someone's life.
He was such a free spirit. For someone that was so young, he had a maturity of someone that was a lot older. Very, very loyal to his friends, no matter what. Just a really special person.
John Michael Murray was 15 years old when he died following an accident.
It was just surreal. It just wasn't. It was like being in a dream. I mean, I could see it was. I knew it was real because I could see my mum and dad's faces. I could feel the pain inside me. I could see my little sisters, and I could see Johnny there, and he wasn't responding. He wasn't being our brother.
His family made the decision to donate his organs.
We had to say yes to that because it was what we were about. It was what John Michael was about. And I think to have said no would have gone against everything that his life had ever been about.
The lives of 5 people were saved as a result of the Murray's decision.
It was just so right. And there really wasn't. I mean, there was never any kind of afterthought of, should we have done this? Would you have wanted it? Because if you really think about it, I mean, there is nothing wrong with it. It can only bear fruit. It can only bring goodness. And I think the only bad thing is that we'd never discussed it sooner. That is definitely the only regret there could be, is that it was never discussed before that moment, because it was the worst time to hear something like that for the first time. I wish I could see him now. I wish I still had my brother. But there has been so much goodness that he has brought to others, for others, and to me in his going, which is sad, but it's all been about life.